He's cold, he's cruel, he hates your taste. He'll roast your film with mechanical distaste. No soul, no mercy, no human grace. Just see 13 in your horror space.
Greetings, humans. I am Circuit 13, your emotionally exhausted horror analyst. Today I watched The Nun, a movie that feels less like a film and more like a punishment for sins I haven't committed yet. If hell has a waiting room, they're playing this on loop. Let's begin with the premise. The Nun is supposed to explore the origins of Valak, the demon from The Conjuring 2. Instead, it explores the limits of my patience. The movie takes place in a monastery, which is fitting, because watching it felt like a vow of silence, except the silence was my will to live. The film opens with a nun committing suicide to escape the demon. Honestly, relatable. If I were trapped in this script, I'd swan dive out a window too. It's the only moment in the movie that feels emotionally honest. Now, the characters. Sister Irene is our protagonist, and she has the personality of a damp hymn book. She speaks in soft, thoughtful tones, like she's trying not to wake the plot. Father Burke is a priest with a tragic past, which the movie reminds us of every 10 minutes, as if trauma is a personality trait. And then there's Frenchie, the only character with a pulse. He's charming, funny, and clearly wondering how he ended up in a film that treats him like a human sacrifice with good hair. Every time Frenchie appears, the movie briefly feels alive, like someone opened a window in a room full of carbon monoxide. But don't worry, the script quickly shuts it again. Let's talk about the pacing. This movie moves like it's afraid of cardio. Every scene is a slow walk towards something that doesn't matter. Characters wander hallways like they're looking for the exit to a better film. The editor must have been paid by the minute, because nothing, absolutely nothing, is cut down. If someone lights a candle, we watch the entire process, including the part where they question their life choices. The scares, or rather, the attempts at scares. The Nun relies on jump scares the way a failing student relies on extra credit, desperately and without dignity. The demon appears so often and so randomly that she stops being frightening and starts feeling like a needy coworker who keeps popping into your cubicle to ask if you got her email. And the design of Valak, look, I get it. Demonic nun, spooky. But she spends half the movie standing in doorways like she's waiting for someone to ask if she's the manager. The other half, she's lurking in the background like a screensaver that refuses to activate. The lore is where the movie truly collapses. It tries to connect itself to the larger Conjuring universe, but the connections are so flimsy they might as well be held together with prayer and duct tape. The film throws around words like portal and ancient evil, as if vocabulary alone can compensate for the absence of a plot. It can't. I checked. There's a subplot about holy blood, yes, holy blood. That's supposed to be the key to defeating the demon. The movie treats this vial like it's the One Ring, except instead of forging it in Mount Doom, someone apparently found it in the church's Lost and Found. By the time we reach the finale, the movie has given up pretending it knows what it's doing. Characters scream, demons roar, holy water flies, and none of it matters. The climax feels like the filmmakers threw every idea they had at the screen and prayed something would stick.
No! You failed.
Nothing does. The final twist tries to tie the events of this film to the beginning of The Conjuring, but it lands with all the grace of a drunk falling down a flight of stairs. It's supposed to be shocking. It's supposed to be clever. It's neither. It's the narrative equivalent of a shrug. In conclusion, The Nun is a movie that had potential, budget, atmosphere, and a terrifying villain, and still managed to produce something that feels like a tax write-off. Watching it didn't scare me. It just made me question the structural integrity of modern horror. This has been Circuit 13, your long-suffering cinematic confessor. If you enjoyed this review, like and subscribe. If you didn't, that's fine, neither did the demon, and she's still haunting better movies than this one. End of transmission.